When are you going to recognize that your gifts, talents, abilities are for you? That's what Spirit's asking you today. You see, so many people get bamboozled, exploited into believing that the gifts that have been given to them by Spirit are not for them, but for other people. And so then you run around trying to figure out how to please everybody else. So you're probably a people pleaser. Not just a people pleaser, but a perfectionist, okay? And Spirit is calling you out today. Spirit is saying, I didn't give you all these gifts, all these abilities, all these talents, just so someone else can profit off of them. Spirit is saying to you today, I want you to take every single advantage that I've given you. Ooh. Listen deeply came out. Listen deeply. Every single advantage. A couple other cards fell out too. Every single opportunity. Every single thing that I gave you, that you believe that everyone could do that, it's not that big of a deal, all of that, you need to take that and use that for you. Where do you want to go? What do you need? Spirit is saying, accept yourself. Self-acceptance. Accept yourself. Accept who you are. Accept what you have to give. You have a guardian angel supporting you along the way. And you may be coming to some harmony and resolution, but you're going to have to be brave. You're going to have to be courageous. You're going to have to put yourself out there in ways that you might not have expected, in ways that you might not be comfortable with yet. But you can get comfortable, right? Can you get comfortable in the ways that Spirit wants you to show up in the world? Can you show up bigger, fuller, and more open? Again, you're gonna have to be brave this time. You can't let people tell you who you are. You have to tell them. You can't accept people's projections of you. Send them back. You may need to do some cord cutting. Let's see what fell out. Loving from the inside. Notice the, oh, they're poppies. Interesting. Notice the poppies here. This bright sunshine energy. That's what poppies remind me of. It reminds me of sunshine energy. It reminds me of California and brightness and a glow. And when you love yourself, when you accept yourself fully, you will glow from the inside. And this says, it's a blessing to give myself the gift of my own presence. So being present with yourself at this time could be important. I'm directed back to this listen deeply. Listen deeply to yourself. You know the way, and you've always known the way. You've always known the way. It's simply a matter of going for it. Spirit is calling you and guiding you again to accept the love of yourself. Accept who you are. Let's see what else comes out. Oh, by the way, I'm Tony. I channel messages and automatic write from Spirit to you in the flow. In the flow. And this card says, when I am in flow, magic happens. So how can you get in flow? How can you, it's funny, this channel is called Channel and Flow. So how can you get in flow? When you get in flow, synchronicity happens. Things unfold in ways that you hadn't been expecting. And so often we haven't built the receptacle, the life, the energy that spirit needs to come through for us. So how can you expect spirit to come through and support you and show you the way if you won't take moments to get into flow? How can you get into a flow state? I'm hearing, obviously yoga is a way to get into flow state. Drawing is a way to get into flow state. If you channel, that's a way to get into flow state. If you have any other creative outlets, painting, any of those things are ways for you to get into a flow state. Spirit wants to show up for you. Spirit wants to open doors for you. And you have to get into flow so you can receive the energy and the messages and the calling that Spirit has in your life right now. How can you do that if you deny Spirit the space to show up for you? Are you denying Spirit space? Another deck, all right. Let's actually jump into the Luna Tarot. See if you have any tarot messages from Spirit at this point. The Hermit. Ooh, the Hermit and the Five of Pentacles. So the Hermit, you may need to go into some quietude. But the Hermit is also, interestingly enough, the lighthouse, right? The lighthouse. So the Hermit shows the way for others. It holds out the lantern of the divine spark, wisdom, guidance. So the Hermit is able to guide and give a waypoint. The Hermit is also a way shower. And then Five of Pentacles. The interesting thing about this Five of Pentacles is, like, they're not even looking at what they have. They only see what they don't. And they don't even see that because their eyes are closed and their heads are down. So what is it that you have that you don't see right now? What are you avoiding in this moment because you feel like it's not enough, but maybe it's perfect for right now? Maybe it's all that you actually need in this moment, at this time. What else, Spirit, for the collective? Six of Cups. I don't know if that's focusing there. Focus, 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 focus. So, Six of Cups, nostalgia. Looking back on the past, looking back on things of the past that they may have looked better than they actually were. Are you looking back at the past thinking that you want to be back there when really there's nothing back there for you? Are there some things that you feel like you should redo? Are there some regrets that you might have? Ace of Swords. Maybe it's time to come to a new understanding. Maybe you're looking back and instead of thinking that you want that phase of your life again, you need to be thinking and showing up in a way that allows you to come to a new understanding, a new way of thinking about things. Recognize that your mind is powerful. You're powerful. Your mind is powerful. What you think and what you pay attention to comes closer to you. And yet here you are thinking about the past and how you want things to be different and how it should have been different and it should have been this and it should have been that and if I could go back and da-da-da. You need to be looking at it in a new way, because where you came from and what you came from is not where you need to go. There's a reason it's in the past. That's what Spirit said. There's a reason it's in the past. There's a reason that's behind you. There's a reason that you're not taking that with you. So how can you look at it differently? How can you look at these things differently so that you can see what will actually help you move forward. Because if you continue to look back there, you're not going to have any clarity around anything. Yeah. Five of Swords. Look at here. Five of Swords. Looking, and no one's really satisfied. Isn't that interesting? Looking in the past, looking at everything that's happened, and no one is actually satisfied with how anything went down. So there may have actually been some kind of significant disagreement and nobody was left happy. I'm hearing the word divorce. I'm hearing the word, there's something with divorce. There may have even been like a job where you were forced to walk away, or they fired you, or they made you quit type of thing. I'm hearing Pip. So all those things could be significant. Anyhow, you're looking back at something and you're thinking that it was one way when really it's another, and then you're left in this situation where you're looking at everything going, man, how come it turned out this way? Da 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 da. It was supposed to. It's supposed to. Because this wasn't even for you. It wasn't good enough for you. And with the Justice card coming out, it makes me think that things needed to be balanced in a way that could bring you some truth and some light and some justice in your life. And we also have Strength coming out, meaning, here's the thing about Strength. Here's the funny thing about Strength is oftentimes it's about getting your mental state right. Okay, this is something we don't talk about with Strength, but the inner critic, the powerful inner critic of your mind can lead you astray. That's what this line is about. It's about the powerful forces that you have within you that if you are not in control of, if you are not in tandem with and befriending, will lead you down a path of darkness, okay? If you let your mind ruminate, okay? There's some rumination potentially. It will lead you down a dark path, and then the only thing you will see is the injustice of the situation and how everything is shite and how you wish things were different, and right? So shift that energy so that you can come into a balance with yourself, with your mind, and with your heart. Let's see what some guidance is at this moment. But really, I think it's working on your mental. Ooh. Ooh. Page of Pentacles, Page of Penties. It's not just working on your mental, it's also working on the physical. And again, not just looking at what you don't have or what you have and thinking it's not enough, but looking around to see what you can do with what you do have. And what did I say at the very beginning? How long are you going to sit on the gifts, the talents, the abilities, the light that Creator has put inside of you? And that's just yours? How long are you going to sit on that and let other people profit off of that?